What is up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are testing out the Dying Light 2, probably one of the most demanding game to release on this year, on my old computer, which is a i5-3570 and a GTX 960. Last time we checked out Far Cry 6, which performs decently enough to play the game actually, and if you want to check out that video I will link it in the description. So anyway, let's check out Dying Light 2. So as the minimum requirement of the game, it needs a i3-9100, which is a 4-core 4-thread CPU, and also 8 gigs of RAM and a GTX 1050 Ti, which is a 4 gigs version as the minimum requirements. And if you compare with my system, it basically matches the minimum requirements. Even though my CPU is pretty much a decade old at this point, it still have 4 cores and 4 threads, which is good enough to run most of the modern day titles in very low settings. But the problem is going to be the graphics card. Even though GTX 960 is quite similar to the performance when it compared with the GTX 1050 Ti, but the VRAM is going to be a problem because we only have 2 gigs of VRAM. So if you want to run the game on low settings or medium settings, it's going to be an issue. Alright, now I'm running the game on 1080p native resolution and I'm getting around 15 to 20 FPS, which is actually not that much. There is a small lag and FPS drop here and there. This is mainly because we don't have enough VRAM to run the game on even on very low preset. As you guys can see, the VRAM is almost filled up to the maximum, and unfortunately we don't get enough FPS to actually play the game with this condition, so we either have to drop the resolution or we have to use some upscale technology. Unfortunately, this game supports 3 upscale technologies including Nvidia DLSS, AMD FSR and a technology called Linear. But in my case, we have a GTX 960, which means the Nvidia DLSS is not going to work with this graphic card, but the AMD FSR and the Linear is going to work fine, which is pretty good. So let's change up some of the settings and see how it performs. Alright, now I'm running the game on 1080p, a very low preset with FSR enabled to ultra quality, and I'm getting around 30 to 35 FPS, which is pretty playable in my opinion. This is actually a very playable experience compared with the last time. The Far Cry 6 did not perform that well, but the Dying Light 2 performs really well.
Come on! Stop!
So, you have an army here?
The peacekeepers. They treat people like that too. Watch out for them. They guard the tunnel you want to go through.
Alright, now let's change the upscale quality to the linear and see how it holds up. Alright, now I'm using the upscaling technology as linear and I'm set it to the quality settings, which gives me around 35 to 45 FPS I guess, and it is much more smooth experience, but the graphics are a little bit blurry, which means the game is rendered in a lower resolution and bump it up to 1080p, but comparing with the FSR ultra quality, it gives you a little blurriness when you play the game, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. And I'm actually surprised to see how well this upscale technology are helping out this lower graphics card to run these demanding games. I mean, even if you have some kind of a card like a GTX 750 Ti or even a GTX 660, you might be able to run this game at least around 30 FPS by using the FSR and this linear upscaling technology, which is actually pretty impressive. And I also test out in 1080p low setting and also on medium settings, and I'll be getting around 12 to 15 FPS, which is actually very low. So even though you use upscaling technology like FSR or even linear or even in performance mode, we cannot see an improvement on frame rate because we don't have actually enough VRAM to run this game on even in low or medium settings. So we have to stick with the very low preset with this 2 gigs version of this graphics card. By the way guys, even in very low settings, this game looks absolutely really stunning in my opinion. So if you have a graphics card like a GTX 1060 or even a GTX 960 4GB version, you won't be having any issues running this game on low settings or even in medium settings. But you have a card with a 2GB graphics card like myself, or something like a GTX 750 Ti, GTX 660, GTX 960 or even a GTX 1050, you can use the very low preset and the FSR as quality or even ultra quality and get a really good playable experience. Well, that's it for this quick video guys. If you have any question, drop a comment down below and I'm really happy to help you. And also if you like these videos, make sure to drop a like and I catch you guys in my next video. Stay safe.
We're done. Trouble loves company.
Echo, get us in there!
I'm trying. Killian, I know you're there.
Is that all of them?
I think so. Help me.